So try to distract today. This is my drone. That is the percentage left on the battery. 9%. That's the amount of GPS satellites I'm connected to. And I've been searching for it for like the past, I don't know, 2 hours. What exactly happened? Normally.
What a day. What a day. Okay, we're still, it's 11 p.m., so it's still October 11th, Sunday. As I have been doing for the past couple weeks, I've been putting out a YouTube video on Monday consistently, right? I've been trying my best to be consistent. Left work at about 4, and I was like, you know what? I'm gonna go do some drone videos for Monday's video. It's been a tough week. I haven't really had much free time, so I figured make something cinematic, something interesting, something that the viewers would probably enjoy, something that I would enjoy doing. Trusty handy dandy Mavic Mini. You guys know I love that drone. You saw my last video where I had my thoughts on what I think DJI needs to do to make the Mavic Mini 2 like epic and whatnot. Looking forward to that announcement next week. Now I'm even looking forward to it even more. So I went to the Kingston waterfront, that is downtown, and at first I tried the Lychee app, but it wouldn't allow me to fly because it turns out that the Lychee app does not allow you to self-authorize like the DJI app does. Okay, fine, fair enough, whatever, no big deal. I switched back to DJI Fly, self-authorize, good to go. I'm in an authorization required zone, so they have set a ceiling to 60 meters. Okay, fine, 60 meters, not as high as I'd want, but I'll work with it. And I'm flying, I'm doing my shots, getting a shot of the Digicel building, which is a pretty interesting building on the Kingston skyline in terms of its architecture and the fact that the building is wind powered along with solar powered and whatever. Shooting that, tracking it coming around, etc, etc. This bird kind of does this wild close by fly. Alright, I'll pay attention in case that bird tries to act spiffy, you know. I then get a phone call. I got a phone call on the phone that I was flying the drone with. My iPhone 8 Plus. I should have put the thing in airplane mode, yo. I didn't put it in airplane mode. I answered the phone call and I literally just took my hands off the thumbsticks to ensure that if anything happens, you know, it's not like I made an accidental throttle forward or down or up or whatever. So wrapped up the phone call, looked back at the controller, only to see at that exact moment the drone is like flipping, and then it hit something and the visuals kind of like warp, which would kind of resemble like when something hits water, but there's no splash looking or bubble looking anything, just this weird warped look. And that was at like 5:50 something p.m. and I legit walked the area so many times. I'm pretty sure I filled my activity rings today from just looking for that. So I walked the waterfront for about 2 hours trying to figure out where the drone is. I speak to different security guards at the 2 buildings that I suspect it was at, which is Digicel or the UDC building. I pretty much asked them to go on the roof and check, etc, etc. I am getting intermittent connections to the drone. So it connects and it disconnects. The range is difficult to hold a connection, yeah? So I'm like pretty close to calling it and saying, okay, so I no longer have a drone. So I was like, okay, well, at least if somebody finds it, I'll probably just remove any content that I wouldn't want other people to have. So I'll go through and I try to pull down stuff. I can't pull down anything that I'd want because the connection is that shaky. I did manage to basically delete most of the stuff though. And you know, I'm still hopeful and trying to figure out where it is. No luck. And then at about 7 something, you know, I'm trying my best to get, and the GPS signal pretty much like went to nothing. I don't know, maybe there was interference from the building, whatever, I'm not sure. So I got enough signal to start using that thing at the bottom of the screen. I don't know if you know what I'm talking about, but there's a thing where it shows where you're standing and then where the drone is in direction to you and what position it is facing or direction it's facing from your position. So eventually that came up and I started to use that to figure out where it was, and then like I'm literally like dead in front of it based on what the controller is saying. I can't figure out the distance though, or the height or anything, because the sensors are all screwed up, because clearly it's either upside down, sideways, something, I don't know. So I line it up to where I think it's saying it's directly in front of me, and then I look down, there's clearly nothing there. I look up in the tree above me, which it's not, because I know I was way above the trees, and I follow my eye line, and then luckily because it's 7 o'clock, it's dark now. FYI, the drone has about 9% left, because it's been on since like about, I don't know, 4 or something, but it haven't been flying because it happened pretty early in the flight. So I follow the eye line of where the drone is supposed to be directly in front of me, and then boom, I see it, a light glow on the 12th floor of the UDC building window. Light glow, green, orange, red, or something to that effect. And I'm like, yeah, that's it, that has to be it. So I step back a couple and kind of like position myself, and I definitely could see that was it. So I get the security guard, I'm like, hey bro, see exactly what I was talking about, I knew it was here. It was somewhere between these two buildings, yada yada yada. Dude goes, okay great, let me try and see what I can. Then he's like, yo, if it is on the 12th floor, I cannot help you. Why not? Same building, what's the issue? Yeah, we don't have access to that floor at all. That floor is not accessible to anybody in this building but the people that are supposed to be there. Okay, I'm not sure what kind of MI6 stuff is going on, but alright. Can you point me in the direction of who I can speak to? He's like, boy, I don't know, but you probably have to come back tomorrow during work hours. What time do they open? Maybe 8:30. Fine. So, no. I'm at home. It's 11:16. I can't sleep. I am pretty much just counting on the hours till morning so I can shower, hop in the car, head straight down there and wait by the security front desk to ask to speak to somebody to see what can happen, because it sucks.
So like I just got back connection and GPS. I have like about 6 satellites, and there it's basically saying it's that direction, right? But for the love of God, I just cannot find it. So I have, it's saying it's here and it's facing away from me, right? And this is the UDC building, which the security guards were very helpful in trying to get me to find it. They pretty much let me up on the roof